We use our ultimate, we're able to get the pick onto the Bakasor, we get our dash onto one of the characters. SeanyB uses his ultimate, we are blinded by the Xbalanque ultimate. We pop our 1, get some strikes onto this Ardio, we're able to get the pick onto the Ardio. Cthulhu is able to get the pick onto Xbalanque, and now we should be able to push this tower in mid. What do, Scooby-Doo? It's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Medusa as Gary. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If this is something that interests you, please check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, I feel like Medusa is a very average hunter. She has some good stuff going for her, and she has some bad stuff going for her. Particularly, her ult is very fun to use, and her dash is relatively weak because you stop at the first enemy god that you hit, compared to a Hoi jump that gets you up out of the air and pretty much out of anything, including over walls. Medusa's jump or dash feels very limited. So let's go ahead and review Medusa's kit. Medusa's 1 is her Viper shot. Medusa's going to gain increased attack speed and shoot Vipers from her basics. It's going to increase her attack speed by 40% up to 80% at level 5, and it's going to shoot 4 Viper shots. These Viper shots are going to hit the enemy and deal damage over time. Medusa's 2 is her acid spray. This is a line attack. Once it hits an enemy god, it's going to turn into a cone attack. So you shoot it forward, it hits an enemy, turns into a cone attack, and continues spraying forward. Medusa's 3 is her lacerate. She's going to dash forward, slashing an enemy and applying an anti-heal. It is a 50% healing reduction for 3 seconds, and this ability is going to root the enemy for 1 second. Medusa's ultimate, she's going to take off her mask and reveal her true form. Enemies that are looking at Medusa are going to be stunned. Enemies not looking at Medusa are going to take 75% of the damage and are slowed. Enemy gods that are killed during Medusa's gaze will turn to a statue and remain behind as a reminder to others. So this has a stun duration of 2 seconds, a slow duration of 3 seconds, a movement speed slow of 20% that scales up to 40%, and Medusa's passive. Medusa slithers, so she has no movement speed penalties when strafing side to side, and half movement speed penalty when moving backwards. So she's able to trade around or box with her autos a little bit more effectively than most characters. So we are going against an Ardio and a Xbalanque. Ardio has some CC, Xbalanque has a dash, so we kind of just need to be mindful of when to go in. We are laned with one of our members from the Discord server, Levi. So in terms of the build, we are going to be skipping the Hunter's Blessing, and we're going to be going straight into Transcendence. I feel like doing this start doesn't work on most characters, but with Medusa, I think she's more ability based instead of auto attack based. So I want to get Transcendence online as soon as possible and start stacking it. Kumba's going in for a root, misses the root. Ardio gets a little bit of poke onto the wave. We're going to keep focusing on just cleaning up the wave. So at level 1, we put a point into our acid spray. At level 2, we put a point into our dash. And the reason we put a point into our dash is it's going to allow us to be aggressive, or it's going to allow us to be defensive and dash away. SeanyB is able to get the pick. SeanyB is also a member from the Discord server. Ra pops out of nowhere. Great rotation from our mid and jungler. So Hell is cleaning up the wave in middle because Ra is in left. So it looks like Ra did miss one wave for rotating, but it really helped out our lane, so I'm definitely going to say it was worth it, even though he might fall behind just a little bit in XP. The magic number that we're looking for is 1400 gold. That is enough to allow us to start stacking Transcendence. We're going to make our way back to the left lane. We use our acid spray just to get a little bit of poke onto the minion wave, and then we're going to fall back. It is a 2v1. I do not want to get CC'd by Ardio in front of the wave, so then Xbalanque could just get a bunch of damage on me for free. We're going to clean up this wave. The enemy team is hitting the purple buff. We're going to use our acid spray. Probably just clear this wave, maybe try to get a little bit of poke whenever they try to return to lane. We need about 100, 150 more gold. So after this next wave, it'll probably be the best time to back for Transcendence. We get some poke onto the Ardia. Kumba dashes in. We're going to fall back just a little bit. We still have plenty of potions, so we're definitely going to get enough money for Transcendence before we have to back. We're going to use our Acid Spray, clear the minion wave. Back, SeanyB, back. No, you need to stack, SeanyB. We dash in on the Xbalanque, we take a power shot, we get CC'd by Ardio, Xbalanque dashes on us, we use our Aegis, we're going to fall back. So now we need to stick around for one more wave.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Go ahead and get our Acid Spray off. Please back up this wave. We have our ultimate, so now we're definitely not backing. Because we're level 5 and they're not level 5, we're going to try to push this. Pop our 1. Go ahead and ult. Ardio's weak. Get the Acid Spray. Kumba dashes in and is able to get the pick. So we have 3 assists right now. No picks. We were a little unlucky on the Ardio, but I feel like the other 2, those weren't our kills. Those were definitely assists. Clear the wave. Back. Back. Thank you. We could have tried to invade their purple right there, but I don't think it's there. Their timer's a little bit off from our timer. We got it before them. We're going to pick up some additional potions, pop our 1, and dash out of fountain. Now the next 4 basics that we shoot are going to be enhanced from our 1. They're going to shoot a little bit faster, and they're going to apply some damage over time whenever they connect with an enemy. Our purple buff is up, but we're probably not going to want to start it because we have a minion wave in the lane. Since Goomba started it, Tsukiyomi's also kind of near. I think we're just going to rotate and get it. We should be able to make it back to the tower by the time the minions get there. Let's see. How many minions did we miss? Can't quite tell because I don't look. Probably missed a melee minion or 2 right there. So now that we have Transcendence online, Transcendence is going to give us 35 power, it's going to give us 300 mana, it's going to give us 10 MP5, and it's going to allow us to start stacking. Anytime we get a final hit on a minion, we're going to get 1 stack. Anytime we get a final hit on a god, we're going to get 5 stacks. Each stack is going to give us some mana, and 3% of our total mana is going to be converted to power. So 50 stacks, each stack giving 15 mana. Whenever we get fully stacked and we factor in the additional 300 mana from the just base stats of the item, the new Transcendence is going to give us about 75 power, and it's also going to evolve, giving us 10% cooldown. Kumba's able to get a pick. We had some good setup there, he had a good stun, and he just got the final hit. So right here, taking some damage from Xbalanque. Bakasor is here. We take a little bit of poke from Xbalanque, and our dash just comes online right after we go down. It's a little unfortunate, we were a little far pushed up. Their jungler made a good rotation. He also happened to rotate while my dash was down, so that was just a little unfortunate from me. Pop our 1, dash out of fountain. Popping our 1 is going to make our next 4 autos shoot faster and deal damage over time, and by activating that in the fountain, we don't have to worry about the mana consumption. So we're basically getting to lane as strong as we can with the most amount of mana. So the next item that we're going to be buying is boots. We have 2 options. We have Warrior Tabi or Ninja Tabi. We could get Warrior Tabi if we want a little bit more ability damage, and we could go Ninja Tabi if we want to rely on our basic attacks a little bit more. Looks like our Kumba, or our support, has rotated mid. We're going to go ahead and ward the Gold Fury. We had a feeling that they might be on it. Turns out they're not. Ardio's here, 2 people. We get our Acid Spray off, and we're going to fall back. We don't need to fight into these 2 people. The longer Ardio stays around, the more favorable this lane is going to be for me. Because Xbalanque and Ardio are going to be splitting XP, and I will be getting the full XP. Xbalanque backs, looks like Ardio rotates out, so we should be able to just clean up this minion wave, maybe go for a camp or 2. Getting all the last shots as to get the stacks for Transcendence. Over halfway stacked so far. We're going to go ahead and work on the purple buff. The purple buff is going to reduce the protections of enemies that stand near us, and it's also going to increase our attack speed by a little bit. I think it's like 15%, maybe 25%. 15% sounds more accurate. We're able to tag Xbalanque with the acid spray, do a good bit of poke onto him. We do have our ultimate. We're going to fall back just a little bit.
An ally has been slain.
Looks like SeanyB might be rotating behind the Xbalanque. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. Xbalanque uses his dash and he's under tower. We're going to use our acid spray. And we're going to go ahead and back, pick up our boots. Also pick up some health potions. We're running a little low on health. We will need to pick up some health potions until we get Aussie online. We probably don't need our mana potions anymore, especially since we have Transcendence about to be fully stacked. Transcendence is going to be giving us 10 MP5, so it is going to help us recover mana over time. 10 is not a very large number. It's not like we don't have to be worried about mana. It's just that Transcendence will help mitigate the amount of mana that we use and can regenerate.
We need to help our friends.
One more stack and we're fully stacked. So mid's pushed up really far. We're going to set up a ward, clear this next wave, and then rotate mid. We probably should have rotated mid as soon as we walked into the jungle. Instead of setting up the ward, just rotate all the way there. But we clear the wave, and now we're going to rotate. And we're going to see how that impacts the rotation. Cthulhu's making the rotation. SeanyB is also there. Xbalanque is in left lane, so it is going to be a favorable fight once I show up.
Nice job.
Two people here, and I do have my ultimate. I popped my one. We're going to go ahead and dash onto the Xbalanque, or onto the Bakasor. We use our ultimate. We're able to get the stun onto the Ardio, get some damage onto this Pele. Unfortunately, we are not able to clean anything up, but we set our teammates up. So we're just adding to the assist column. We have a decent amount of people here, so I think it's worth pushing the tower. Destroying this tier 1 tower is going to give everybody on my team some gold. Plus it's also going to open up the map a little bit for our mid laner and our jungler. We rotated, we got 2 assists, we were able to get the tower. This hell is pretty weak. We're going to dash onto her, apply a 50% healing reduction. Kumba gets the stun. We get our first kill thanks to the help of Kumba. We're going to go ahead and rotate back to our lane. We have been out of lane a little too long. There is a minion wave pushing our tower. We tell SeanyB, get the minions first. SeanyB's able to clean it up. So he got some XP from rotating the tower and getting the minions right there. We're going to go ahead and take this purple buff. We are splitting the XP, but SeanyB has Jungler's Blessing, and the Jungler's Blessing makes it to where you receive 100% of the XP from jungle camps. So if he would have worked on purple, we would have missed out on some XP, but since he rotated to lane, cleaned it up, and then rotated to purple, we are able to make it to our purple in time, get the XP. He gained some additional XP from cleaning the minion wave, and then the same amount of XP from the purple. Xbalanque has a little bit of an advantage on us right now, so we're going to keep running away. We do have our ultimate. We had it ready to go, but he did not go around the corner. We're going to go ahead and use our acid spray. Need a little bit more gold before we have enough money for Aussie. Once we have Aussie online, then we have our lifesteal online. And it's going to feel good to have our lifesteal online. 1950 is the magic number. We use our ultimate. Got the speeds. We're going to have to fall back. He got a decent amount of damage, and we were taking damage from the minions. But we got his beads, so he will not have his beads until the 16-minute mark. Beads and Aegis have a 3-minute timer unless they upgrade the relic. So it's pretty safe to assume that it's 3 minutes before they are able to use that relic again. We're going to go ahead and back, pick up Aussie. Aussie is going to give us 20 physical power. It's going to give us 20% physical lifesteal, 25% attack speed, and 15 pen. It's passive. If we fall below 35% health, we're going to gain an additional 30% lifesteal for 5 seconds. This effect can only occur once every 15 seconds. So the attack speed, the power is kind of negligible because it's only 20. 20 is not a lot of power. The attack speed is pretty helpful. The flat penetration, 1510, is pretty helpful. Oh no, we just used our dash and they just got Gold Fury. They're going to be crashing onto us pretty hard right here. We start falling back, the whole team's crashing, our team's rotating behind them. We just need to survive right here. We have our beads and our Aegis. We're going to use both. Our team's rotated behind. We have our ult in a few seconds. We're going to pop our 1. We're going to get closer. Ult 2 people. Able to get 2 of them. We're able to clean them up. Now we have one of the enemies running away. Looks like that Xbalanque is going to be able to get away. I say attack the Gold Fury, completely forgetting that they just got the Gold Fury. So, big misplay by me. We totally could have been pushing that left tower instead of checking Gold Fury for nothing. That's Xbalanque's dash. That's a huge misplay by him. Kumba is able to get the pick. I think he's leading us in kills right now. He's tanking the tower, so we're going to go ahead and work on it. So popping the 1 makes you shoot the Viper shots, which do damage over time. The damage over time does not affect the tower, but the increased attack speed from the 1 will help you shred the tower a little bit quicker. We're going to go ahead and back. Pele is here. We dash away. 3 people on the enemy team are here. I don't think we're getting out of this. Bagasaur is here. He has haste and katana. That was a little bit of bad positioning by me. I should have peeled out as soon as my team peeled out, and I probably should have retreated to my half of the map before trying to back. After going into Aussie, we are going to be working on Fail Not. Fail Not is an item with just ridiculous stats. Fail Not is going to give us 45 power, it's going to give us 20% critical strike chance, it's going to give us 20% cooldown, and it's going to give us 10% physical penetration. All these stats are pretty nutty. Power's about average. 45 power is leaning towards the high end in terms of physical power. But the 20% crit, the 20% cooldown, and the 10% pen, those are just fantastic stats. We are absolutely going to pick up Fail Not with Medusa. It's going to allow us to ult more. It's going to increase our damage to tanks, and it's going to allow us to start critting the squishy characters.
Well done.
The passive from Fail Not, whenever you ult, the next basic attack is going to mark an enemy. That enemy is going to take or have a 15% increased chance of taking a critical strike for 10 seconds. And this ability can only occur once every 45 seconds. We're cleaning up our left. We're probably going to push one more wave and then go for purples. We do not have a lot of wards between middle and our lane, so we gotta be careful on how far we push up. We don't want to get caught out again. We're gonna make our way back to our purple buff, just making sure that we're getting gold and XP in between each wave. The wave is so far pushed up that I probably won't even be able to see his wave until, I don't know. His wave will probably be around the halfway mark or his tier 1 tower mark. I don't think we just get to go to lane and clean it up, although that's exactly what it looks like. Kumba's nearby. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. That is the Xbalanque dash. So right there, I think if Kumba would have looped around jungle instead of dashing in and kind of come from the side, he might have been able to get a stun or a CC off before Xbalanque dashed away. We're going to use our acid spray. It is short of Xbalanque. We have Kumba here, so we feel pretty safe being this far pushed up. We're going to go ahead and work on the tower. Kumba's going to get some CC for us. Kumba ults. We could ult him as well. We miss our acid spray. That is an Aegis. We hit him with one of our shots. We're able to get him with our ultimate.
They were warned. Thanks.
So now we're going to pull back. It's just Arya left. We actually totally could have pushed that tier 2 tower in left. We're going to invade the enemy red buff, try to get a little bit of XP and gold. Bagasaur is now up. I think our time probably would have been best spent going for the enemy tier 2 tower and left, so that might be a little bit of a misplay. We are able to get the Pyromancer. I think we could just get fire.
An enemy has
Nope.
left the game.
And somebody on the enemy team leaves, which is unfortunate. Had a couple of games this past weekend where I feel like it was just rough to get a full game in. Our scoreline is not that flashy this game, but I can think of 3 to 5 kills that we should have had, but somebody else just got the last hit on them. We have Failnot online. We're going to try to make our way to the Cthulhu. Cthulhu is also a Discord member. Were we a full 5 stack? I think we might have been. We use our ultimate, we're able to get the pick onto the Bakasor, we get our dash onto one of the characters. Tsukiyomi uses his ultimate, we are blinded by the Xbalanque ultimate. We pop our 1, get some strikes onto this Ardio, we're able to get the pick onto the Ardio. Cthulhu is able to get the pick onto Xbalanque, and now we should be able to push this tower in mid. This middle Phoenix looks pretty open to me, so we're going to start working on it. The enemy team is going to be respawning pretty soon, so I don't think we're going to be able to close it, although I think somebody made the call that we should try to close it. I don't know why we started attacking the minions. We should be focusing the Titan. We take some damage from hell. We're going to stand in the raw heal, so that way we heal a little bit. We have our ultimate in 10. We're trying to get some basics off on anyone. Bakasora ultimate. We need to dash out of this. We dash out. We pop our 1. Bakasor has Hasten Katana and is able to get us. So that was just a bad push by our team. The Titan gains extra protections depending on how many structures the enemy team still has up. So the enemy team has 2 Phoenixes and 2 tier 2 towers, so the Titan is pretty tanky. We get completely cleaned up by a 4-man off of a bad call. So what we should have done in that situation is after getting Phoenix, fall back, rotate to the left lane and get the tier 2 tower in left lane. Maybe even the tier 2 in right. If you have to choose a Phoenix to take down, the Phoenix opposite of Fire Giant is the one you want to go for. If you can get a Fire Wave pushing down the Gold Fury side, hopefully that would make one person on the enemy team pull towards the left side instead of the Fire Giant side. Enemy team was able to get the Fire Giant while we were all down. After going into Failnot, we are going to be going into Toxic Blade, getting Toxic Blade for the Hell and the Ardio. We are moving through the jungle with our Raw. We're going to go ahead and head to the left, clean up a wave or 2. Might not be the best idea. We're actually going to check gold real quick, maybe set up a ward. They're on gold. We're going to go ahead and cast our ultimate. We get the double stun. We dash in. We get 1. Raw gets the other. And the enemy team surrenders. Well, if you guys enjoyed the game, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.